He was horrible. My favorite, he was horrible. He didn't even play his full set. He didn't say good night, goodbye, nothing. He walked off the stage 45 minutes into his set. Yeah, so there were a lot of angry islands. My favorite pleasure now is watching Daily Wrong. So I'm sure.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, it's great. Have you seen anything else? No, you can't sing, and you just mentioned this. But they put him up on stage and he still thinks he's 25 and smoking mild drinks. It is still good. He's still good. Oh, it's so bad.
Has anyone seen that? There's like a couple new reels out there, TikToks that are like talking about being a kid in the 80s or the 70s or the 90s or whatever. And they're like, do you want to go back? Have you seen them? They're so good. Anybody else parent make them send the toast for dessert?
Yeah, I keep it around.
Right? And our kids would be like, what is that?
Like, how we did it, like it's like it's Santa. I'm sorry.
I would just give that.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sure like brothers too.
I love the groups. That's what to this way, right? All set.
Yeah.
Because they were supposed to see.
It's everybody's day. This was, every time I come here for a team meeting, there's a whole room. It's fall break now. Is that why?
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't have kids.
okay, everybody's on vacation,
It's.
or we give them a few minutes. Okay, who do I not know in here?
I've been here a couple times.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
It's
There's
great.
a lot of people. I just,
You probably don't
Are you always
recognize him
gonna
without his cool suit and
that's
gold digger.
Oh, yes, I do know
Gold
that.
digger.
Lounge. Yeah, it's Alan Russell's
Lounge.
It's hard, there's 600 of you guys.
I mean, we'd all, it'd be like having a movie star.
Okay, have I met everyone else?
You know, Penny.
I do know Honey, yes. Honey shows up.
She does show up.
But like,
And he has her first open house tonight.
oh, it was tonight.
Nice.
I like that. Serious buyers will come on Tuesday night.
Last Tuesday.
Here you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, how has open house and how have open houses been? Good. Besides that one, 9, Tuesday night, that's good.
Much lower usually. This one yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
During the day or the day? Yeah,
During the day.
yeah. Well,
Yes.
oh, Sunday, I was
Sunday, excuse me.
I like it.
Always.
It's because it was nice out.
I might do so.
Doing something else.
Yeah.
Well, I did pull some of the market stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
I want to have an interactive conversation today, because that's how I do team meetings, but activities up
Agency.
like that. So we can look at the numbers in a little bit. What else? What's going on? I like to start with what's going on good.
Angie signed my 2 buyers agency contract. 2 buyers.
Good. That's really good. That's awesome. 2 new buyers. Good. Are they people that have been waiting for a while and trying to figure it out, or are they just now ready? Like,
Now ready. There's moving up, be closer to their daughter. They live 4 hours away. They want to downsize.
they're moving.
So empty nesters. And then a gentleman just got a divorce and retired from the military. So
Did you refer the sell for that buyer? The 4 hours away?
they're a agent.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
that's okay. Okay. We'll take it. Yeah. What else is going on good?
I got, grandbaby number 2 coming along, so.
Congratulations. I'm gonna make you guys talk. What else is going good? This is where we learn stuff about people.
I got the biggest contract I've ever written.
That's awesome. I knew that. That's awesome. How big is it?
765.
Okay.
They were under contract on a land, and I had called, we had lost out this house. So I just we were negotiating this land, so I just called the other agent, I developed a pretty good rapport with him. And
You guys
falling
get
out. And that I left the football game on Friday night at halftime, well after halftime, and by 11 p.m. that night I had accepted off.
Awesome.
It was fun.
That's great.
That's a.
That's more than double. That's 2.5 times your average price point, probably. Or
Yeah.
like in the area. That's all.
640 was my.
I had previously. People do have fun, we just have to find them.
And it's friends that I'm bringing back to the area, so it's not just also.
Oh, that's good. Where are they coming from?
Back from South Carolina, so I sold the house and they moved, kids are friends, and then they realized they weren't happy. And wanted to
Coming back. Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's a lot of people who moved to Carolinas and Florida. A lot of people moved in COVID and decided to come back. The Florida market's not doing too hot right now. That a lot of people leaving there.
I just read some.
Yeah,
And people were
They're
selling
pretty
the lots.
percent down.
Yeah, I sold in Florida for a little bit. I coach a productivity coach in Lakeland, Florida, and it's really tough right now. Like the
She's in here.
Yeah. Yeah, but listings are, lots of prices are actually setting a lot, so.
Yeah, I've watched advertisements, I've watched.
Yeah. What else is going on good? We got high price points, we got grandbabies coming, got 2 buyer contracts, what else we got? What you got, Craig?
Couple mil pending.
New pending?
Yeah, that property in Georgetown,
Okay.
it's a development property, so it was interesting, got no offers for 9 months and then multiple offers at the end and.
You always think the listing agents BSing you when you get that.
Buyer by a buyer.
Well, yeah, it's interesting, so it's nice to have that, but it's gonna be a 9 month, rezoning process and gotta get rezoned to residential.
Okay.
Now I don't develop it. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be a big learning curve and it's gonna go.
Will that happen before they close?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just zoned residential, so it's gotta be zoned, where it can have a subdivision.
Yeah.
You gotta rezone it. And, yeah, so lots of stuff, so it'll be a big learning curve. Yeah, so be good.
I thought it was interesting. So for those of you, does anyone not have me? Let me check. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm learning the markets here because it's very different from where I was in Northern Virginia, where I watch the market every single month. We talked about it in team meetings. So I did pull the market stats for you guys today, but I want you guys to talk to me about what's going on and why, interactive conversation I like in team meetings, if you haven't noticed already. I do not want to sit up here and just talk to you guys. I want to learn about this market too. So I have the stats. What's interesting is your board pulls new construction out and they do it together, but then they also report it separately, which is really interesting. There's not a lot of them like that, but I guess you guys have a lot of new construction here, which is good. Not doing as well as resale properties right now. We're gonna look at that. But that's really interesting that they even pull it out completely, your staff. Yeah. Yeah, and I have some data on how you guys are doing as a market center. Would you like to know that too?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll get started. So I've got some, maybe. There we go. All right. Well, we did what's going on good. Does anyone want to fill anybody's bucket?
I don't have to fill Penny's bucket because she is, and Will both, they both are showing up and anxious to learn and digging in and just, it's fun to see the excitement that they both have to do an open house. Even if nobody shows up, on open house, but you know, at least one person should have shown up for you. Well, there you go.
Like, oh.
So does it really matter that you spent 4 hours at an open house and no one showed up? Right? I love when an agent comes to me and says, open houses don't work. And I go, how many open houses did you do? And they said, I've done 3. And I'm like, great. How many people showed up? But $285 an hour is pretty good. And by the way, you get 6 people. How many appointments might you set if you got 6 in an open house? Like, yeah. Or probably like 12 to 15 to get an appointment, right? What happens to the other 6 or 5? Because of the database, right? That's the one thing you can learn now. Is that I'm not just hunting for the now. Right? The lead gen model, okay, but how often people move? Now, 2025. Okay, it's now 10. Why is it 10? Because people are not motivated, you know, like there's 2, an interest rate and affordability. Okay. So we're lead generating from now to 10 years from now and then repeat. We're not lead generating today. We are through the quality lead group 1. But the thing is, what people miss is they're all quality if you keep in touch with them. And build them, right? So cool little math exercise. Just your economic model of an open house. Hey, any more books?
People see it on the listings.
I've got it. We'll hold that thought a minute because I've got the data for you. Okay. Stay around for Rob at 12:30 today is gonna do, well, I gotta move this down here. Want it to go away, but, okay. So he's gonna be teaching at 12:30 today. So I want to put that in the front of the slide so you guys know to stay. You have it in your mind to plan to stay. Okay. Putting the computer today. Okay. I know Tara has shared these Gary letters that he's doing once a month. Do you guys read these? Do you know about them? Okay, so
He doesn't ever sleep.
he doesn't ever sleep because he says he woke up at 3:30 in the morning. He went back to sleep is what he said. Okay. I would like to give you a minute to read it. I'm not gonna read it to you. Who wrote this? Gary Keller. So every month he's publishing one of these, which is pretty insightful, and I think one of the reasons I love Keller Williams is the mindset and the way we think and the way that we act is a little different, and it starts with Gary, in my opinion. This is totally. What do we take from that?
Like I raise your kids, you make a decision, but it's how you follow it up. It's a second.
Yeah, what you
it's a
decide to
second
do with
decision.
it.
It's a second, yeah.
I think it was Diana Kokosa says you can't control your first thought when you wake up, but you can control your second. So you can't control always the way you react in the beginning, then you can choose to change that, right? I mean, we were talking about the market stats for a minute, which we're gonna go through, and you said you were asking about how long things are staying in the market. Well, we can have a story in our head about it, or we could know what's actually going on, so we can have better conversations with our clients, because they all have a story that they believe, which could be negative, right? So I asked him, if you got two buyers, I said, well, have they been waiting for this time, or are they new buyers to the market? Because a lot of people have these stories that they're just negativity around what's going on, right? Or the agents, I've got some data in here about, remember last year, what was the statistic, how many agents didn't sell a house? It's ridiculous. It was like 64% last year. Guess what? I've got the first half data in here for 2025, but anyway, it's the way we use those stories, right? What else? We get to decide. All right, a couple of little reminders. I know Tara had the Scott Leroy stuff in there last week, but I wanted to go through it again if you guys weren't here and just remind you. One is that Canva is live with KW, so it's a $15 a month value that's now into your tech fee. By the way, if you don't know, we do not make money on that fee. It is just to bundle all that stuff. So when we collect your money every month, we're not making money off that. It's just so you know. What's that?
How do you get to it?
How do I get to that?
So it is a separate it's a Canva account. So if you don't have one, Scott Leroy will set it up. When she went through, was anyone not here last week? Yeah, show us a lot. Okay, so I'll go through the Scott Leroy stuff in a few minutes. But Scott Leroy Marketing is a service. Scott Leroy is a person, by the way. He's live in the flesh, he's a real person. But the company is called Scott Leroy Marketing. So he has a team of people that help you on the admin and tech side. They have command training or technology training like Canva every single day at 1 o'clock. It is live taught. And they have all the recordings for the past videos on their website. So you can literally log into their portal and get all of that information. What a lot of agents have done, so we turned this on about a week ago with him. It's something we used to participate in, and then for whatever reason, we stopped doing it, and we decided to bring it back by talking about it. They do a agent tech refresh. If you go to the Scott Roy marketing website, and you put in your market center number, which is 858 as the password, you can find the agent tech refresh. 858 market center.
Like on the drop down.
It's on the drop down. So the agent tech refresh will set up all of your technology accounts that have been added since you joined Keller. So I know that people in this market center have been here like 15 years. He will go turn on everything that you didn't even know you have access to. You get Gemini Pro with your KW thing. You get the full Google suite. You get Canva Pro. You've got DocuSign. You've got all those things. There's a ton more, by the way. He will go set up everything that you get. And he'll send you a nice, pretty email with all your passwords and how to use everything. And then they have training every day on how to use it. They also will do your listing marketing for you for free. So you go fill out a little survey when you first do it, like how do you want it? What template do you want? All that stuff. And then once you're a returning customer, it's a lot easier of what you submit. You submit what you want. It should be done by the next business day, if not the same day. They will also send a, I have stuff in here. So there are templates in Canva and in Command that Scott Roy, in addition to the Keller Williams ones, they'll do it for you though. So you do not have to log into Canva if you're not a Canva person. They will do it.
That last screen, did you move that to say September 4th? That's when it was. Yeah.
Where?
It's been the
Yeah,
slide.
it's
That's when it started.
That's when it started.
I didn't know if you were indicating something.
No, it's already live. Yeah. So I just a reminder that you have it now because a lot of people were waiting on it. So yeah, so they have the templates, but they will also do it for you. They also will send you a monthly newsletter, in your command to your contacts. They will actually go in and assign it to the smart plan and get it sent for you too. All you have to do is request it. This, and they do like live tech support too. You can call or email them if you're having a problem. Of course, we are here to help you too, but it is an additional resource for you that's kind of on demand. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. or the next business day. This is all the stuff that they will help you with. They will also set up your whole website. They'll add pages. They'll add all of these pages if you want. They'll do whatever you want. So they will customize your website for you. This is just a little snapshot of the newsletter, but they do a monthly newsletter that has like, it has fall stuff. You know, fall is starting. By the way, is it really about the content? It's so it shows up in their inbox and they see your name once a month, right? It's part of your 36 touch, which is now really how many touches should we be sending out? We know what the best in class thing
It
is.
used to be 36.
Yeah. Started with 33, went to 36. They're saying about 48 or more, 60 is about appropriate now. Because guess what? We get emails from Amazon every day, right? Do we unsubscribe? Why not?
We just see it go past it.
Because of delays, you made it one.
Because it's valuable, right? Because they bring us value. Yeah, we don't unsubscribe. I get my sister's team newsletter every single month. I just delete it, but I don't unsubscribe. But it reminds me of them, right? So it is just popping in their inbox so they see it so they can delete it. But they will actually send it to tags. They'll tag your database, by the way. They'll do all that for you. Kind of cool. Okay. We said we'd talk about numbers. I'm gonna go here. Okay. So they do break down who looks at this monthly?
Okay.
Weekly? I love that. So on your MLS, there's a market stats button, link, whatever you want to call it. They also will do this by county, and you can drill down even further if you want. But this is the MLS data that I pulled overall, so everywhere that Syra is. So what I was saying earlier is they do break out new construction, so you'll see that in the gray. and then this is resale properties. So this is new listings, 29, almost 30% in August. 10% year to date. That's pretty significant. Are we seeing the same trend in September? We don't have the data yet. What do you guys think? Right.
We have the September data. It was, I mean, from Cyro, what we've been tracking week to week. So compared to the other years, it has been down. Rob, you just did this yesterday. What was it? Down like 4% or something?
For September?
For just September.
We're talking about new listings, up 30% in August.
New listings were up, but pendings were down 4% over last year's pendings.
In September.
Yeah, in September.
So pendings were up 20% for resale in August versus 10% for year to date. So that is sort of in line, like the pendings and new listings are 10%, but there's a lot more listings. So somebody mentioned earlier extending days on market. So you're having 17 showings before a contract because we're having more new listings and less pending, so less demand, right? And then closed sales kind of in the middle. Well, still lagging. As new listings up 30%, but sales only 16 for August. 6.8% year to date. That's pretty good though when we look at national numbers, because nationally we're kind of flat still. So your market's outperforming other markets by quite a bit. I mean, we're still seeing like your Texas, Florida, California being declining markets. East is still up a little bit, but you guys are being in the middle. It's pretty strong. Close sales, right, Ron? Is it affordable? Well, yeah. Who said they're?
Oh, also they were selling a big giant, so
Yeah.
they saw in Florida, Texas, California.
She said she had clients moving back from South Carolina and bought her most expensive contract. So we're seeing people think, oh, the grass wasn't greener in South Carolina.
I was just in Denver and there was a 793 square foot, 1 bedroom, 1 bath home
Where?
in Denver. It was beautiful. It was, you know, Chip and Joanna Gaines, all nice, but it was $575,000 for a playhouse.
Well,
Yeah.
so you have to,
Yeah.
like myself, right? So I was living right outside of DC, Fairfax County, Virginia. Who's familiar? Yeah, it's super expensive. So I moved there in 17. The good news is I did take advantage of that increase. But my youngest was graduating high school, my oldest is already at college, and I have a house that was great for them when they were growing up, or I lived there for 8 years. But not for me anymore. Although I had a 2.25% interest rate. So me trying to go from a 2.25% interest rate, try to buy even a townhouse that was reasonably commuting distance. By the way, I was driving an hour to drive 17 miles. Did not make any financial sense at all. So I was like, what the heck am I doing? Like, I can't move. I'm either holding on to my house, which means we're at 10 years on average on a house instead of 7, or I'm moving out of the area because it made no sense. And now, I mean, I'm in a 6% interest rate, which sucks, but maybe we'll get some relief in the future. And yet much more affordable. Like I even spent a little bit more than I thought I would on a house just because I was like, oh, well, this is cheap. So for me, it made a lot of sense to move out of the area. So I don't know if that's happening more and more, but people can't really move in these really high expensive areas, especially if they want to downsize or their kids are grown or whatever. It just doesn't make financial sense anymore. It's crazy. So yeah, here I am. So days on market is what we talked about. So resale days on market, we're actually only up 1 day in August, but they are up
4 days year to date. Interesting that new construction is down a little bit year to date. I think that's because there's actually less inventory, but we're gonna talk about inventory in a minute. But yeah, not significantly longer. Who said 90 days? Someone said 90 days. Does it feel like 90 days? Does it feel like a virus can take them?
I think it looks, different counties, obviously an area, you can get pretty high, pretty quick, just going 30 minutes outside.
Yeah. Well, the reason I say does it feel that way is because we haven't really felt that way in years and years and years and years, right? So even though it's not, I mean, they're saying now instead of being like 6 months of supply, it's like 4 months of supply is really virus agent, but at like 3, it probably feels that way. Because we're not used to that at all. Like no one is across the country.
We're almost at 1,200 homes, and we haven't had that much inventory since I've been doing this since 2017.
Yeah,
That was the number as of Monday, this past Monday.
1,200, so the end of August, so that's new construction. Yeah. So let me do that math for me, 1,100, yeah. 1120, so we're up a little bit September 2. We'll compare that, almost half in 2023. Half homes for sale. So yeah, new construction's almost a buyer's market. And now 2.5 months. That's what I was, so. Yeah. Almost 40% from last year, but up 25% from the year before. So now we're stacking those two together. It's quite a bit. How does this show up?
Panicking your sellers if you have not prepared them. They're so, houses go so fast and they don't live it every day. So you've got to have those conversations before it lists and every week to kind of calm that, because that one conversation just doesn't do it.
They still expect their house to sell in a week.
That's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong.
It's fine. How quickly want to sell it is how we're gonna price it, right? And she can price ahead of the market. There is a statistic, yeah, percent of original price received. So I would just show them this. Okay, you want to list at $400,000. Well, on average, if we're listing at $400,000, we're getting 96% of that. That's $16,000 off. So should we just start at 385?
Well, say raise it to 420.
Probably not. Probably not. Well, the average sales price is doing it's very steady. I mean, it's just a little bit, and it's normal. But, I mean, I would do that math with them on the listing appointment. So glad that you think it's worth this, right? And maybe, but do we need to sell pretty quickly, or are you willing to wait 65 days? That's average, like it's not overpriced, right? Because an overpriced listing is probably 90, 120 days. And, oh, by the way, you don't want to clean up all that CRAP you have, or even talking longer, right? There's some, if you really want to have some fun in MLS, go look at houses that are like 100 days on the market and longer, and just go, what the heck, how did you get a real estate license? Like, you're not presenting the property, like you can tell why it's been on the market that long, right? That's been, and this isn't to you guys, because I can tell the difference between Paul Williams listing and non-Paul Williams listing. But when I was looking at property, when I dig into the MLSs here, it is night and day difference in the presentation from the market that I just came from. And like agents, obviously price point makes a difference and spending a little money to present that property better, but it is eye-opening to me coming from a different market that agents are not spending the time to present the property well. Photos, light staging, like paint, carpet, like things that it just, people are broke right now. Would you agree? So where Gary said, maybe Hampton at 33% affordability or, we're spending 33% on our housing. It was like 17% in COVID, right? So people don't have the extra funds to go put into the house once they get in. So they don't want to buy it. So if you spend a little bit of money getting it ready, you're gonna have a lot more buyer pool, right? That is a huge opportunity.
Well, the equity, they don't have the cash
Correct.
or the credit.
Right.
They don't always want to go get the equity.
I can make repairs for people and get compensated at the closing from the proceeds, so call me if you need that.
That's great.
I just basically redid the kitchen.
You did what?
I went to my listing and it's removed all their kitchen cabinets, sanded and painted and put new hardware.
Yourself?
Yeah. Painted the bathroom. It was Pepto Bismol.
Must have been a good time.
It was the bathroom but with a green counter, which I'm gonna go.
But how much of a difference is that gonna make for your client?
I mean, my clients are reasonable, want more, they refuse to even let me lower $100 cycle off the market, but I won't let them out of contract.
Do you charge a cancellation fee?
No, but I am gonna relist it, and I said, well, maybe you'll be able to get what you want in the spring, but nobody's paying over appraisal right now, and your house is under appraised. I showed them all the comps, I take them to competing houses, and I'm gonna say, okay, you don't wanna sell it. I mean, not my fault, there's no super agent that's gonna make somebody overpay for your house.
Yeah.
Especially, I spent $12.
I have no big bathroom.
You know?
I fired my first client this week. There was legal issues with zoning that I didn't need to have, but he started screaming at me and saying that I wasn't gonna price his house high enough. And he's like, so if I came to you and I said I wanted to list my house for $1 million, you wouldn't do it? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't.
No.
And they just don't get it, and they think that we're just, maybe somebody will offer them.
Could I take a non-refundable retainer fee on that?
Yeah. So so I did fire my first client.
I mean, we have options as agents, right? We don't have to work for free if it's not gonna sell. Like, I would have been like, okay, pay me $10,000 upfront, non-refundable, and I'll list your house. I mean,
Well, also I didn't.
I'm teasing this thing,
so I.
I'm just saying, like, there's options, like, because if they want you to do it, that they do it. But it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you to go paint kitchen cabinets and then not sell a house.
To be fair, I put it back on the market because we temporarily put it off to do these things. These are things I begged them to do before ever listed. They did literally the worst paint job I've ever seen. So I had to redo their paint too in the main entrance. But no, I put it back on the market. Got 2 showings and just said this is not happening. The identical house down the street sold for what I wanted to price their house at. I pointed that out too. So, well, nobody's gonna overpay for your house. I'm not wasting any more of my time either.
Yeah.
Was it for $1 million?
That's good. Yeah.
It won't go great for what they want, and I've tried to explain it.
Future business.
So really,
I've done that, but they won't even spend any more money. And I hate for the cabinets.
I've offered to have them pay for appraisal and then at closing, I'll give them half that back.
so really what we're seeing is a lot of more new listings. We're seeing resale doing better than new construction, and we're like 40-something% up in new construction inventory. Although one of the team meetings I was here, that what was the DR Horton had like a 3.99 interest rate. I mean, you could probably get into a house at a much lower payment if you have that kind of buyer. So those are really good options here. But I think what we're seeing now is the time to lead generate for the listings. because they are coming on the market. People will be moving off of those low interest rates because they want to move, they're downsizing, they're moving back to their family, they're moving for whatever reasons, where in the last couple of years, they've kind of been paralyzed, right? And they've been like, let me wait for the interest rate. I was talking to like a sphere person the other day. Oh, I'll move when it's 3%. Literally, this came out of his mouth. I was like, do you really think that we're gonna be at 3% again? Well, yeah, when we get back to 3, I'll sell my house. Guess what? Never gonna happen. I mean, we never say never, but probably not ever gonna really be realistic for him to expect that. But that's the way that these people, this is the consumer mindset. So they're not being educated that, hey, if you wanna move, like, there's some other options because you're gonna be waiting.
The over 40s get it because they were around.
Yeah.
And they're normal,
I was gonna say.
you know, but the under 40s, they think everything's
How old
fine.
is this person? This person's
Mine was 97, we were 6 and a half, and that's.
So when I got into business, it was 18%. And we were 12, we were at 9. The fact that we're at 6 is a cause for celebration, period. And if they wait for the rates to come down, which they're not gonna come down to 2s and 3s again, it's like, if they wait for that, the price of the house they want has fallen out, and they can't offset the difference.
Which we all know, they do go down. We're just gonna be a spur in that demand, right? Okay, I actually wanted to see how we're doing as a market center. All right, so this is your market center. Closed units this is month over month is August, over last August. So 33% up, year to date 1%. Closed volume 19.8. So we're selling a little less expensive houses, but that's okay. Still up quite a bit. 7.6 year to date. Listings sold up considerably in August. Year to date, sort of flat, but not too bad. Volume kind of in line with that closed units, except just listings being up more. So you guys are taking more listings and selling them than you were. Writing lots of contracts in August. Well, hopefully will show up this month and in October. And you guys are making a lot of money. That's good, right? So keep doing the open houses. They're there, but you should have more open houses to choose from. We did see in like 22, 23, 20, we see a little bit of uptick in the fourth quarter, which is kind of not normal on your cycle. So hopefully that trend will continue. But like that, after COVID time, we saw the fourth quarter pick up a little bit. It has to do with interest rates and what's going on and all that stuff. But hopefully that trend will continue. It's already starting in August, so good. This is the regional data, which I put in here. Isn't really apply to you. I mean, we're the Ohio Valley region. Every market's a little bit different in here, so it's a very large geographic area, and you've got different cities in there that are driving some of this data. But what I did see is you guys are outperforming the region as market center quite a bit. Good news.
Yeah, we looked at our October numbers last year.
Yeah.
For each of the weeks. And they were down from September last year. So they were about 5%, lower. Is that what we saw? Yeah. About 5% lower. That was for pendings and closings. Okay. However, last year was what? Presidential election.
Yeah.
Big distraction. So historically, it doesn't matter.
The week to week really matters there,
Yeah.
right?
So last year, October and November, very distracted buyer seller market. This year, not so much, hopefully.
Well, it's distraction, but it's also confidence. It's consumer confidence, right? So that score matters a lot in week to week, or how, like when they measure, when you hear that number come out, where it's like 60% consumer confidence, or however they say it, that matter when that gets or the approval ratings and stuff like that, when that's good, we're better. People are buying large purchases. But around the election, they're like, let me just wait and see what happens. And their confidence drops quite a bit because they don't know who's going to win, and they don't know that it really.
Perception, right?
Perception.
The reality is it doesn't affect them that much, but perception is it means everything.
Yep. So hopefully, trending wise, we are going to really beat fourth quarter last year. if this continues. But that has to do with where there's more listings.
Yeah.
Like if we have more listings, we have a lot of houses to sell. That's the reason we've been at about 4 million homes nationally, which, by the way, you can get the, YouTube Keller Williams national update comes out once a month with Ruben, and Gabby have been doing that. It's about a 20-minute video. It's really good to watch that 20 minutes every single month, because you'll start, if you don't know the terms of economics, start watching that 20-minute video once a month, and you'll start learning how to talk to people about it and what's going on nationally and how we compare that. So if you have somebody moving to South Carolina, you know how to talk to them, because it's not just a local market, right? If you want to.
These slides will get sent out to you all too.
There we go. Okay, Tara is at a real producer event in Dallas today and yesterday. She sent me this. She took this picture yesterday, so I threw it in here. This is what I was talking about earlier. So I think last year the number of agents that didn't sell a house was like 64%. By the way, that sounds like a lot. There's a lot of people who have a real estate license who don't intend to sell a house, or they're a TC, or they're whatever. My mom has a real estate license. She does not intend to sell any houses this year. She's retired, but she will still keep her license because we cannot let that go. She might do a referral or two. But you know, there's a lot of people, and I believe that real estate can be a lot of different things to different people. And if you just want to have a license to do one or nothing, that's fine. But just be the agent that your client deserves when they hire you, so that you can consult them and understand what's going on, right? So also on here, it says 6% of the agents and teams controlled 60% of the listings. It's like, yeah. Which is very similar to the agent makeup in a market center too, right? If we're seeing that data, not so extreme, because I think our market centers are a little bit more well-rounded with people, but
What pool is this data from?
this is NAR.
It says
Like the national
Yes,
statistics.
national.
got Tom Ferry.
Yeah, it's a Tom Ferry presentation, but that's what it.
He's a national.
Yeah. So getting worse is what we're seeing. Thoughts about that?
It's been like that, right? Like, it's been that way, that a small percentage of, maybe the percentage of agents that are actually doing all, where the majority of the business has gotten smaller, but it's been that way, that like the top 20% does 80% of the work.
Yeah, you've
right?
heard that a lot, right? The top 20% does 80% of the business. Yeah, I mean, that's always been sort of said, but it used to be about 50% of agents do nothing, so that's been climbing up. I don't have that, like, where that really came from, but that's what it used to be years ago, probably before COVID. I think also what we're dealing with is people, we have only 20% of the agents that were in business before COVID in the industry, okay? So there's an 80% turnover rate every 5 years. So if you started before COVID and you're still here, you're part of that 20%. But what happened with somebody who got into business in 2020, 2021?
They're no, yeah. They are in this room.
I coach a team leader out of Denver, and they have a large team in their market center, who she's also like a kind of a productivity coach for that team. And she said, we don't want the COVID agents anymore. Why not?
They didn't have to do any harder.
Because they thought this was easier. Because we're not in a skill-based market, right?
Speed-based market.
Yeah. And she's like, we're not hiring anybody that got like 25.
So I got a question for everybody.
I don't know if that's right or wrong. That's just what she said.
My question to everybody in this room is, are you operating your real estate business today as if you're gonna be doing the same job, the same career in 10 years?
Yeah.
How many people would say that? You're gonna be doing real estate in 10 years. Okay, then this should excite you. This should excite you, because this is you taking massive market share in those next 10 years, right?
Absolutely.
That's what you need to understand, the opportunity. In the book, in the shift book, at the very end, talks about the gift of the shift. The gift of the shift is all these agents not selling real estate, We need to work those folks' database just as much as we work our database. We need to capture that market share. Because in the next 10 years, we're gonna make, just read the last section of Jim. Yeah, or come to my class today at noon, right? We're gonna take massive market share because we're doing this for the long term, not short term. The COVID agents, a lot of them got in.
Anyone got licensed in that time, you're still here, so.
Well, but even the agents that
But
got
are your
out
peers
before
still
COVID,
here?
the ones that came in 10 years ago, they had this mindset that I can go in and make some money because real estate is easy. Because your clients tell you how easy your job is, right? Right? Those are the same people that one day look at their license and figure out that they were wrong. This isn't easy. If you plan on being here in 10 years, you're good. Just
Yeah.
operate your business like you're gonna be here.
This is good for everybody. For sure. But like a couple years ago, you heard on the news, like it was literally published in the news, like we're gonna see 30% attrition, like 30% drop in agent count and all this stuff. But what did they not account for? Because we're seeing like 50% attrition rate, by the way.
Yeah.
But all the people who still think it's easy, that watch TV, the amount of people that sit in front of me and I go, why real estate? I just love looking at this. And they're like, and I can make $100,000. And I'm like, and a flexible schedule. Like it happens every single day. I mean, with why real estate? Oh, and it's so much better than what I'm doing now. Oh, I'm so burnt out with my other job. I'm like, what do you do? And they're like, I work remotely from home and do that. I'm like, oh, okay. They don't think that it's hard, right? They don't think, I'm like, you're gonna cry. Like, you're gonna have. But I'm like the first person that told me they were gonna try. Like, you're gonna try. Did anyone see my Facebook post with the Dunning-Kruger effect slide? Okay, so there's this, it's, I'll add it to the slide so you can send it out. But it's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and Gary put it up on stage a couple years ago or last year. And it's like your, sorry. By the way, now you can search your photos, it's the best thing. So when confidence is high, but confidence is low in the beginning, so confidence is low, confidence is high. And then they call it, you can't see this, but the peak of math stupid. And then what comes next is the valley of despair. Like, why did I do this? Why did I spend $3,000 getting into real estate? The same thing happens with every transaction, by the way. It's just how much of a decline that is, right? Some point in the transaction, you're like, let me fire them. And then the slope of enlightenment is when your confidence increases, right? So if you show somebody like Amy for your program, I have this in every meeting in the beginning. We're gonna go through this. Like it's not just related to the new agent, by the way. There's so many things in life that applies to. Confidence is high, competence is low. Is most of our problem with why this. But anyway, okay. I just had a couple other things, which was really this is coming up October 14th. It's a $30 donation to KW Cares. If you want to participate in that. But massive listings and mindset, those are pretty good with like Gary and Jay, Dave Shaw is on this one. And then, okay, 4 team meetings for October. So somebody earlier said, I know we're going over to Louisville like a couple times a month. I was like, no, once a month. So once a month, we're going to try this going forward. We're going to go to Louisville. And then once a month, they're going to come over here. Because why not? You guys are close. And by the way, we are moving the Louisville office about 10 minutes closer to this office. So you guys will be able to use offices, go to trainings in each office. They're both your hub. They will remain independent offices, but we're all here to help you. So next week, the 6th, We'll be in Louisville. The 14th will be here. Yeah, we'll get the dates right. And then the other ones will be here. So just the first week of this month. Make sense? No, we're not, we're closing, we'll probably be moved by the end of the year.
The seventh.
Do not quote me on that. We have to move by the end of January. We haven't closed on the building yet, but it's coming. We have our loan approval. In
Where?
on King Street?
This is. Yeah, it's all Frank.
Yes. I do not have one.
But
Yeah.
I think Forrest said.
Yes, it is, yeah. It's a really cool area. It's a really cool building. Really nice. It's really nicely done. It was owned by a contracting company and they did a really good job with it. So it's really nice. It's gonna be cool. Okay. And then, did you have the listing? Oh, there are a few. Okay. They are, the local office and Amy Johnston, who's our new team leader there, is hosting a masquerade benefit for breast cancer on October 28th at Waverly. It's a new event space they've redone there. That'll be fun and scary. So you'll get some information on that. Peter Chabris is teaching business planning clinic here. If you attend business planning clinic and you would like to see the new building, we are going to take a tour after that. But you have to come to class. So yeah, 9 to 12 here for business planning clinic, and then 1 o'clock we'll go see the building.
Make sure to RSVP because we'll be doing lunch when you got back.
Yes, please. And invite your friends from other brokerages. You've got Peter, one of like 50 master faculties in Keller International, doing a couple $100 million a year. Get your friends in front of him. Keeneland for the top 20% event. You should have information in your inbox around that. The 16th of October. Jason Abrams is coming to the region on Veterans Day, November 11th. And there is a top 5% mastermind after that. If you are on a team where your rainmaker is part of that top 5%, you are also invited.
Where's Galloway? What's that?
It's out, it's
Between, I think it's Dayton.
a couple
Dayton.
hours.
I think they said
It's closer to Columbus.
It's about 3.5 hours away.
Yeah. But I will tell you,
That
Jason,
guy's the best, highly recommend going to see him.
thank you. It's 3 hours from here. Jason came to speak in our region, or in our market centers, a couple years ago. It was well worth a 3-hour drive. I would highly recommend going. And then we are investing as a market center group in Emily Baker and Aaron Simmons. That says take more listings now and convert sellers to closings. This will be available to all agents. You will have access. We will do watch parties at the market center, but you will also have your own link to watch those wherever you want. You will also have the recordings and the whole portal with all their listing materials, marketing material, processes, all of their systems. So November 5th and 6th is the 2 launch dates. It's a Wednesday and a Thursday, and there's an hour class on each day. The first one is take more listings now. So how do we go get more listings? And then convert sellers to closings. So who has listings on the market that have not sold? That's class for you. Yeah. Highly recommend taking both of them. It is the first 3 weeks in November and the first 3 weeks in December, skipping Thanksgiving and ending before Christmas.
I'm actually getting a sneak peek of this right now. It's good. It is very, very, very good. It is not just good. It is great. It is wonderful. It is like old gold like almost, I would say. It's impressive.
I don't know what that is.
And the fact that we're getting it for free is huge. So I'm super excited about it, especially for my.
So we got, and in full transparency, we got a lot of pushback on bold, which I love bold. I love old bold. I love the new bold. Old bold is still in my heart, but it's okay. But we got a lot of pushback from all of you guys on bold. It's just not the right time right now. We also didn't have the support of the Louisville East Market Center because they were planning to launch in spring. So we'll move to that launch for both, so next year, but we replaced it with this with no cost to you guys. So helps that Tara coaches Emily. But we are paying for that for all the market centers and all the agents. That is all I have for you guys. If you guys have any coming soons or buyer news you want to share, and then we'll stick around for Rob's class.
Yeah, we've got 2 new listings, right? You might do better to tell about.
I believe it's 5408 Skycrest Court. It's back in Skyline Acres, I'll say Old Road. Just in between, Highway 62 and then the other 403. Headed out to Charlestown. So it's a 3-bed, 2-bath on the main level, and then there's a pretty good sized bonus room upstairs. It's in the back of the neighborhood, so it's got it's partially fenced, so the back tree line on the very back of the lot doesn't have a fence, but everywhere else is fenced. But it's trees behind the house, so some additional privacy, and then access to a walking path that'll take you down to a pond that you can fish back there as well. Good sized shed, and the cellars leaving some lawn equipment, things like that back there. So, do you remember our current price point on that? Give me 1 second, I'll look.
Make him an offer.
The other listing on these.
315 is the price point. Yeah. So
And the other is Wesley.
really good condition. So.
Wesley Court is off of Park Place near Union Lane in Jeff. It's a little, sea camp built on the little, what kind of neighborhood do you call it? They're not patio homes, they're single.
You have one shared wall,
Hard
yeah,
to-
but you have your own little fenced out, like front yard and backyard. And then you pay an HOA of $200 a month. And that's gonna get you basically the insurance policy that covers everything on the exterior of the home. And then lawn care back there, behind the fence in your own personal yard, and then snow removal in the winter.
Do they have pool or something?
No pool over there,
Pretty private.
but nice and quiet, that can be very accessible. Price point, so we're listed there at $249.9.
And they're like little cottages.
Yeah.
What they look like.
Really, really cute for somebody who doesn't want to take care of anything on the outside of the house. And, the inside is really nice too.
I like 3-2.
No, we're 249.9.
I'm sorry, bedrooms back.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're 2-2. So
2-2,
2 full
okay.
baths.
I've been out of town.
And then 2 bedrooms on that. So, yep. Those
Great.
parts.
Good job. Taking those listings.
We got 2 new flips that just hit the market, 3933 Rainbow Drive. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in New Albany. 1.5 acres, which is hard to find in New Albany. And mostly updated. I mean, we did flooring, painting, updated bathrooms. Kitchen cabinets were already new, so we didn't update those. But a lot of updates, really cool property. And then 405 Charlestown Memphis Road in Charlestown. It's right at the corner of Highway 160 and Charlestown Memphis Road, right behind the JC store. If you know Charlestown, it's a manufactured home, 224.9, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I believe about 1,500 square feet. It's got a detached 2-car garage, brand new roof on everything. Painted the outside. If you've been by that house, you know it's an ugly yellow. Now it's a nice color green. Sage. And really nice updates to the kitchen. The master bath is a full update on that one. So a lot of new flooring and all that, paint, everything else. So it looks really good. You should check it out. And 224.9, that's priced up quickly.
And they're having an open house tonight at 405.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, we're having an open house there too tonight. So appreciate that. Appreciate the help of the market.
I gotta say, really, I think that, I've got a
Just
2
stand up so they
acre,
can-
it's new
turn around so they can
construction,
hear you.
well, it's under construction, and that's so they can, I'm sorry. Under construction on 2 acres in Georgetown, it was a land listing that I sold in their building, so, completion date is right around the first of the year. We're at 475, 2 acres, 2519, 4-bed, 3-bath, all brick, high-end finishes, LED. they're really going all out on this thing. This is a builder I've been kind of after.
Good.
And this is their first in Indiana, so I want this.
Oh, sounds like a great offer.
Yeah, and based on what else is for sale in Georgetown, the 2 acres were really low at 475. So and it's also at the end, it's on Greenbrier, so it's at the very end of the street, which is a dead end. There's only one other house past it, and where they set the house, will wood it all around, so you can't even see the neighbors. So.
Awesome. Anybody else? All right. I will be on vacation next week, so you all will be in Louisville for that team meeting, but I'll be back to host team meetings for the rest of October. Tara will be back at least one day a week in October going forward. We are looking for team leader candidates and interviewing some people, so if you have any referrals for me, I'd love to talk to people, but we're not going to be in a rush to hire if we don't find the right person. We've got, we'll be around, and I'll be at least in Louisville, at least one day a week here, one day a week, if not two. But I'm around if you need anything at all. If you have any questions, need support, feel free to reach out to me. My email is just kellywyatt@kw.com. And Allie can get you my phone number if you don't have it. It's on my signature block if you've gotten any emails from me. But yeah, if you need anything, just let me know. Or if anything's not going right, I want to hear about it before you get frustrated. So I will see you on Tuesdays in October, except next week. I'll be at the beach. Yeah, thanks for coming out.
When you get back to me, I can leave Someone's that. Make sure no one gets me. Yeah.